very first program, the Hello World program of Java. So the Hello World program of Java. So whenever we have to start with what is called as a package. So in Java, package is the one that groups the related classes. So everything in Java we code it within classes. So that is why whenever you are writing a Java program, the first thing is to make it under a package. So that is why you can see the statement package followed by sample1. Then one more important thing to note is that the name of the class which contains the main method and name of the file, name of the Java source file, as we can see here. So they should be same. So here sample1.java, yes, capital. So here also sample1 class name. So they should be same. Coming to the Hello World program, a very simple program where you have to have the public class sample1, then public static void main, the command line arguments string args, followed by system.out.println hello world. So we will just run this program and I get the output hello world. So now we will look at the inner aspects of this hello world program. So as we have mentioned about the package, a package is in Java is used to group the related classes. So we can think of a package as a file directory that we create. So there are various advantages of packages in Java. First one is that the Java package is used to categorize the classes and interfaces so that they can be easily maintained. We have a better maintained code. A package provides access protection because the classes are written within the packages. So it is a kind of protection that is being enforced, and it removes any naming collisions. For example, if I have the same file with the same name in different folders, I don't have any conflicts, isn't it? The same thing is also provided in Java. I have two programs, and both the programs are having some class of the same name, but they can still be identified with a package name. So that is why the packages are very important in Java. And there are basically two types of packages in Java. First one, built-in packages and user-defined packages. So some of the examples for built-in packages are Java, Lang, AWT, Swing, etc. Coming to the public class sample1. So this is the notion of creating a class. So here this class has to be made public. So as we know that public is the access modifier. I mean the JVM, the Java virtual machine, starts the execution of a Java program from the main method, correct? So for that matter, you consider any language, C, C++, anything. So the execution starts from the main method. So in Java also the execution starts from the main method, but Java specifies that every methods, all the methods or anything, all the code to be written within a class, So what we have written is public static void main function, the void main method, and that need to be present within a class as per the Java. And since JVM has to access this main method, then the class that defines this method should be made public so that the Java virtual machine can access the method that is available within this class so that it can start the execution. So that is why the main class, what do you mean by main class? The class that contains the main method is called as the main class. The main class is made public. then static. So we have inside main method. So usually we have written void main, int main in our C language. So here we have additional access specifiers, then public, static. So public we have understood, since others other the JVM, the compiler, Java compiler has to access this method, it has to be made public. Now what is static? Now when we have defined a class, right, a class need to be instantiated, the objects of the class to be created, and the members of the class can be accessed using these objects. But here it is just the beginning. We are beginning with the main method, and before going without going into the main method, we cannot create the objects, isn't it? So Java imposes that you have to create the class, and you have to create the objects of that class, and you have to access the members. But at the same time, when you are writing the main method, you cannot create the class, because that itself is the beginning part. So that is why Java provides another feature, that is static. You can access without having to instantiate the class. The static is a keyword when associated with the method makes it a class related method, and the main method is static so that the JVM can invoke it without instantiating the class, right? So because that itself is the beginning part, and we cannot instantiate the main class because we are not at entered the main method. So that is why the main method need to be invoked without having to instantiate the class in which it is defined. So that is why I use the word static as the keyword. Next, void, the return type. Main is the main method. Next, string args. So command line arguments. The command line arguments in Java are always passed as the string array. The string array. So that is why you can see the string S capital that specifies the data type, and opening closing square brackets that indicates the array, then args, arguments list. So this just arguments list is just a variable name. You can give any variable name here, a or arg, anything here. So this is mandatory in Java. So public class, name of the main class, next public static void main, followed by the arguments list. Next, so compare the C language printf statement. We had the notion of writing printf hello world. So just compare it against the Java. So it is system.out. So system.out means on the standard output. On the standard output, you have to print. So print ln. What to print? The string which is being passed within the double quotes. So in C also, whatever the string that is passed within the double quotes is printed. In Java also, whatever that is passed within the double quotes is also printed. And that is why when I run the program, you see hello world. Now about this println. So this println prints the statement in the new line, whatever that you have provided as a string. Now alternatively, I can also go for print without ln statement. So we shall see the output. Yeah. So after printing, there is no new line character. After printing, there is no new line character. And if I use print ln, and if I run, after printing the statement, there is a new line character. So that is how the println works. So print and println, what is the difference? Println prints the text and no new line character, and println prints the text and there is a new line character. And that's about the hello world program. Thank you.